Hello everybody, Average Joe is here again in Minecraft. Now, if you notice what I'm standing in, this is a big reactor. I've tinkered with it a little bit. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Well, I need to finish trimming the fat here. Because I left this part open on purpose, so I could show you the innards of this beastie. This is a giant power cell, if you will. Which is really kind of cool. But I need this open so I can show you the pieces and where they go. Now some of them you can put anywhere, but I put them in key places because they're a little bit easier to deal with. Boink. There we go. Okay, now if you notice, on a side note, whenever I go really high and land without having a harm at all, see that little boop? That is one of the features of the modular power suit. It artificial legs or something like that allows you to survive any fall damage, which is one of the great things about this power suit. And I think it's Machine Muse? Yeah, Machine Muse. She does an excellent work at this. The only problem is life keeps on getting in the way. Now, one of the key items you're going to need in this reactor, the reactor controller. And I need to check on something because it's not being visible. There we go. Okay, and now, remember last video or two I mentioned about spacing. You have to leave one space around the entire block for coolant. And every other space needs to be plugged in with these fuel cells. Now, this is incomplete. We need to go all the way up there with our fuel cells. So I need to get rid of that, and that, and that, and that. So I will be back after I put this all together. So, and we're back. As you can see, I've done a bunch more stuff. Now, key elements here is, oh, I had already started turning on. That's cool. Each one of these long towers that I'm staring down right now is a 10 tall tower of the fuel rods, and it's capped. Forgot to get rid of these. Oh well. That was the coolant, which is the resident enter, which can be made by putting a ender pearl into a magma crucible and then connecting that to a fuel transposer, which will fill it into buckets. Easy peasy rice easy, or smelter it into buckets or a bottler, but I haven't figured out how to use those. But anyway, yeah, each one of these fuel rods has to be capped with one of these reactor control rods. Now, if you fill all the spaces in, if you notice, there's a lovely little pattern here. Yeah, I know, big reactor. But yeah, if you fill in all little spaces with the casings in between the control rods, and then fill all the spaces in between all the air spaces with coolant, which is the resident ender buckets, which I still need to get rid of. And where did it go? Where did my screen go? There you are. But yeah. And you finish it off with a connecting point, and it does that. This is now a fully functional power station. It's a multi-block, lots of different components that makes it up. Now, filled the wall with reactor glass. Has to have one of these, if I can get to it. The reactor access point. Fueling, as we just saw, the yellorium fuel. It goes in there, and out comes the cryonite, which we haven't processed yet. But in order to make this thing work, you have to have this lovely here. So activate the reactor. And And look at those numbers fly. See, there we go. See? Now this is an energy buffer. It'll use this energy based on whatever it's connected to. And these heating cases with the coolant the way it is, it should... Did I use the wrong stuff? Oh no, there it goes. It's evening out now. Okay. But when it whenever it heats, it will turn itself back off. In fact, right here, 30% full of stuff. Fuel is being used. Waste is being produced. Lots and lots of numbers. Haven't quite figured out what all that means. So, there's other people a lot smarter than me on that. But this is where we connect our power plug for stuff like this. Now you see, the reason why I use warped ducts is because this, when it's unpowered, will have nice slow visual. But if we go shahum, you see this lovely little star pattern. Now, we just saw it light up like that. Now when it lights up like that, it transports whatever item it's connected to in the pipe immediately down the pipeline instead of it's just like light speed, like a Star Trek warp speed. It's just and light speed from here to there. Now this is our feeder, our power flower from a previous episode. This will now fuel all this, and we can get rid of that once I put things in the right places. Because I put them in the wrong place to build all this stuff. And by the way, yes, this particular, the thing that I skipped, all the building parts, very, very boring. It took about approximately 3 hours to build that thing. Maybe 4 on the outskirts. But yeah, oh boy, did that have a problem. I also had a couple things I had to do outside of the game, so it was good that I paused it. But yeah, I should be able to now pop that out and not see an influx of power. In fact, it's even growing, which is really cool. That is now powering all this. Why are these dark? Charges items nearby. I'm confusicated, but that's okay. The lights are still functioning. That's all that matters. In fact, let's see. Do we have any spaces the monsters are not going to generate? They're probably over here somewhere. Yeah, they're way over here where it doesn't matter, at least for now. But in here, there's no monster generation at all. No monster generation. They can't ruin our little source here. Now, let's check things just for grins and giggles. Yep, we got power. Still flowing. Meow. I'm confused. You're getting power, but why aren't you? Zero RF. Why that? Okay, something's rotten in Denmark here, guys. Is this not connected all the way? Oh, I forgot to connect it all the way. There we go. Now, we should have power all the way around now. I forgot to complete the circuit, which creates the whole thing from here. There we go. Haha. Now, we have ourselves a wonderful chugging away system without a creative power cell connected to it. And it's flowing to all the... Wow, that is bright. I forgot about those. That is a lovely item from Ender.io. It's a wireless powered light. I like to use the inverted ones because they're brighter. But we'll get into figuring out how to make these things later once we delve into Ender.io. But they are just the same as my
lux lights that I can shoot with my power gauntlet, but they're wider spaced. Their vision is a little bit further stretched out. And yes, I turned down my jumping. But yeah, this whole system is now fully integrated into here. And it should be unlimited with the feeder of the Yalorum generator from the Project E. Now, some say this is cheating, but technically, if you're using, I'm using a faster way of doing it rather than upstairs with the factory, because the factory also generates Yalorum. I don't remember which factory it does it, but one of these three factories generates Yalorum in abundance. But I'm making it go faster by duplicating the item specifically. That's why I call them feeder power flowers rather than just power flowers. Now, ideally, I'm going to coat this thing with... wait a minute, can monsters even spawn here? They can't. Cool! I did not know that. But anyway, but yeah, with this big old block powering this factory, we have unlimited power. In the next video, I'm going to get into transporters and my version of an elevator, which is an energy beam from thermal, what's the thing called? Thermodynamics. Give me therm. Excursion plates. Those things are fun. But yeah, teleportation pads, excursion plates, which basically, if you set them up side by side, you can have yourself a lovely little sci-fi elevator. It has a little beam that shoots down or up, depending on the angle which you set it up at, or even you can even go as far as being really silly and setting up a portal, whatever those things were in Portals, the Portals 2 beams that you could travel across endless bottomless pit things. But those were awesome too. But anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you liked it even better, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you after these messages. This is Average Joe saying TTFN, ta-ta for now, and yes, I know, I forgot my hat. Sorry. Bye.